Hey y'all, what's up? It's your fave, CEO and founder, Tommy, and I'm back to y'all with another video. Today's video is going to be a story time about the time I had got jumped. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the video. Alright, this story time takes place back when I was in middle school. It was me and like a childhood friend, well now an acquaintance, that I had grew up with. So I'm gonna call her Lil Bit. So me and Little Bit, we had grew up together basically, because my mama was best friends with her granny. So me and Lil Bit, we would always chill. Me and my sister would go over to their house, and her sister would come over our house, and so forth. So alright. So Lil Bit's mama had reached out to my mama and was like, oh, Lil Bit's little sister so-and-so is having a birthday party, does Tommy want to like come through, da-da-da-da. So basically my mama, she told me about it, and I said, oh yeah, that's cool. Because like I said, me and Lil Bit, like when I tell you me and Lil Bit, we always used to fight. Yeah, we always used to fight. So basically me and Lil Bit would fight, but then we would become back cool. So yeah, that's really how our friendship had worked. So basically when my mama had told me about it, my mama had, the day of Lil Bit's little sister's birthday, she had dropped me off at the hotel, and Little Bit, her mama was there, to take me to the hotel room and stuff. Hotel room was nice. So, Lil Bit had her friend there from school. It was Little Bit's two cousins, her older cousin, and then it was her other guy cousin who I couldn't stand, and he couldn't stand me. And then it was Little Bit's other little sisters, her little sister, and then she had like two of her friends. And then, it was just me, solo dolo. So, we was just chilling, Lil Bit's mama was like, everybody get ready, we finna go to the pool, this, that, and the third. So, everybody got ready, put on their swimsuits, we all had went to the pool or whatever. So when we was at the pool, Lil Bit's cousin, so Oompa Loompa was already starting with me and minding our business and stuff, and Oompa Loompa starting with me, splashing with the water, I'm splashing him back like, bruh, quit playing with me type. And he was just like, just doing too much. Like, when I tell you Oompa Loompa is one of the people who just like do anything to get under your skin, he like mission accomplished, because he was so extra. And like one of the reasons really why I couldn't stand Oompa Loompa was just because like he didn't try to get to know me, he didn't try to fill me out, he just made an assumption about me and ran with it. So basically, like I said, we was at the pool, we was chilling, we was having fun. We was at the pool for almost like, I want to say hour and a half. And then, everybody, the adults came and said, let's go upstairs, let's cut cake, let's eat, blah, blah, blah. We had pizza, and then we had the cake. So, we get back to the room, everybody showers and changes, and, we all singing Lil Bit's little sister happy birthday and stuff. So, after that, everybody was like, they was playing music and stuff. So when everybody was playing music, everybody was up and dancing. Me, I was up and dancing and chilling. And while we was up and dancing, it was Lil Bit, her older cousin, and Oompa Loompa. They was all off like in the corner, basically like talking about me and basically talking about how I dance and stuff, because they was just like, I was off beat, off rhythm. Fun fact, I was never off beat and off rhythm. I have very good rhythm. He was just like a hater. Like Oompa Loompa was just a hater in general. And then Lil Bit, because that was her cousin. Because basically, like I said, when me and Lil Bit would always get into it, she would always basically act one way when it was just me and her, and then when her family would come around, she would act different. So me and Lil Bit would be cool, laughing, no problems. And as soon as like one of her cousins would come around, here she goes, switching up, acting different, acting like she can't stand me, this, that, and the third, and basically just, being a follower. So Oompa Loompa was already, like I said, starting with me from when I walked into the door to basically through the whole night. So like I said, when the music and stuff was playing, everybody was dancing. Like I said, I was up and dancing, and they was having a little sidebar about me in the corner. I wasn't really bothered, but I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay in my lane and just stay to myself like I've been doing. So I did, and basically, I just let everybody else have fun and dance, and I was just writing in my notebook, just chilling, because at that time, when I felt some type of way, I would just like just let out how I was feeling in my notebook and just write everything out. So I was chilling, after everybody settles down, the little kids are in the other room, and so it was just like the older kids and the semi-older kids, kind of like when I mean like older kids, it was like the older kids were me, little bit's older cousin, and her other cousin Oompa Loompa, and her and little bit's friend. So when I mean semi-older kids, her other little sister was like, I want to say like 5, 6, kind of, and then her other little sister had her 2 little friends. So then, yeah, that's what I mean, semi-older kids. But like I said, so everybody chilling, minding their own business, and then basically, I wasn't paying Oompa Loompa no attention. Like Oompa Loompa is just moving around the room, doing whatever. So then Oompa Loompa like goes to the other bed, I guess, to talk to his cousin Lil Bit, or so I thought. And then this is when everything started to transpire. So basically, like Oompa Loompa had already been talking to everybody in the room, and basically trying to like get everybody to just hop on the we don't like Tommy train, which is fine. So like I said, I was on the bed chilling, minding my business, writing my notebook. All of a sudden, Oompa Loompa comes out of nowhere. Like I said, I seen him out the corner of my eye, but I wasn't paying him no attention. Out of nowhere, Oompa Loompa comes and smothers me with a pillow. And like Oompa Loompa thought that was funny, but when I tell you he was really like smothering me with the pillow, he was really cutting off like my air circulation. I really could not breathe, and I was trying to get him off of me. But Oompa Loompa, he pressed that thing down like he was real life trying to kill me, like for real trying to kill me. And then basically Oompa Loompa had Lil Bit's sister, her younger sister, come, and like at this time I had braids in my hair, so her and her little friend had basically like pulled me off the bed by my hair, and I was on the ground. So then all of a sudden, here comes Lil Bit's friend coming, trying to punch me and really trying to fight me and stuff. So basically it was Lil Bit's friend, her little sister, and then her little sister's 2 friends. They was all like basically like stomping me, kicking me, like punching me and stuff. Like I was like covering myself just cause So basically like when Oompa Loompa had moved away, he was basically egging it on and instigating it, basically like yeah, stomp her, punch her, da 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 da. Like great example for an older cousin, right? So basically, Lil Bit's little sister and her 2 friends were doing that, and then Lil Bit's friend was in it too, because I guess Lil Bit's friend didn't like me for real, and I was just like, okay. So then she was like trying to punch me and do this other stuff, and then like when I felt that he had moved away, and then basically like they kept going. So when I knew that he moved away, basically I popped up. So basically with Lil Bit's little sister, all I did was pick her little sister up and throw her little sister on the bed. Basically I moved her little friends out the way, and then I'm squaring up with Lil Bit's friend. So me and Lil Bit's friend, we squaring up. So like I'm throwing blows at her, and she really can't fight. So let's be real, she could not fight. So I'm coming at her, I'm hitting her left and right, throwing blows at her. She falls on the ground, and then basically that's when Oompa Loompa sees me and her throwing hands, and Oompa Loompa comes and like tackles me to the bed, and basically he's telling Lil Bit's friend to get up and like come and hit me while he's holding me down. So then the moment that like she gets up to try to come and hit me, I don't know what I did, cause like he was trying to hold me down to the bed, but I had my legs free. So the moment she ran up, boom, like I kicked her. It was like some like karate, like Jackie Chan kind of kick, cause when I kicked her, she fell back into the dresser, and she had bumped her head, and then she started crying. And so then me and Oompa Loompa, I'm trying to get Oompa Loompa off of me, and basically that's when Little Bit decided that she was gonna hop in it too and try to like get in on trying to jump me. So then here go Little Bit trying to throw hands with me, and she trying to like hit me. So she hit me in the back of my head, and then she trying to hit me in my face. Basically, I don't know what I did. elbowed Oompa Loompa, you know, in the lower region area. That's real sensitive on guys. And as soon as Oompa Loompa got off me, then me and Lil Bit start throwing hands. So basically, then me and her, we throwing hands, and then Oompa Loompa, he tackles me down again, trying to like basically when I'm on the ground, he got me to the ground and he was holding me. He was like, come stomp her, come stomp her. So basically, Little Bit was trying to run up and like run across the bed, and she tried to stomp me, but then I had kicked her, and like she fell. Like the moment she was trying to like stomp me, like I had like kicked her, so she fell. And then as soon as I had got Oompa Loompa off of me, me and Lil Bit was already on the other side of the bed. So as soon as like Oompa Loompa and me, we were in between the beds where like the nightstand is in a hotel room, if you know a hotel room setup. So me and Oompa Loompa, we were between the two beds by the nightstand. And as soon as I got Oompa Loompa off of me, I sped across the bed and I started throwing hands with Little Bit. So then me and Little Bit, we was throwing hands, and then that's when Little Bit's older cousin, she stepped in front of Little Bit, basically like, nah, you ain't about to do that. And I told her like, cause me and Little Bit's, her older cousin, basically she ain't never like me and I ain't never like her, so I really didn't care. So basically I had let her older cousin know, like, girl, like, you don't scare me, da 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 da. Like, if you want to catch these hands, you could catch these hands too. And then she said, I'm not the one to try. And basically I was like, girl, I'm not the one to try. Y'all thought I couldn't fight, but clearly we know I can. So then basically that's when Lil Bit was trying to swing over her cousin, and I swung over her cousin to try to hit Lil Bit. And then that's when Lil Bit's cousin tried to like push me back, and then I pushed her older cousin back. And then that's when like basically I went off. Like when I tell you I went off, I went off. And that's when Lil Bit's mama comes in the room and she's like, what's going on, what happened? Because she comes in and she sees Little Bit's friend in the corner crying, and then she sees like everybody just, the room is in chaos. So basically Lil Bit's mama was like, what happened? And because she heard me yelling, like basically I was yelling like, I want my one with everybody, because everybody was trying to jump me. And so basically I had told Lil Bit's mama what happened, and she wasn't feeling that. She was like, oh nah, we not doing that, we don't jump, this, that, and the third. And she asked who started it, and I basically told her that Oompa Loompa had started it. And basically I said Oompa Loompa don't like me and I don't like Oompa Loompa. I said Oompa Loompa basically was trying to get everybody in the room to jump me, which they did. And then as soon as I was able to defend myself, I told her, I said, ain't nobody beat me up. That's just how that went. And basically her mama was like disappointing everybody, and basically her mama was like, yeah, she was like, Tommy, I feel like it's best if you go home. I said, oh, please call my mama, I'm so ready to go. So then I called my mama, and my mama was like, okay, that's fine, you know, da da da, I'm gonna pick you up early in the morning. And so basically her mama had basically like told everybody, you know, that wasn't cool, this, that, and the third. Everybody was just like, okay, like whatever the case was. And basically you know, everybody was just in their corners for the night, and nobody said nothing else to me. I didn't speak to nobody else. Basically Oompa Loompa was just in the corner, like with a smirk on his face, like he done, like, you know, somebody who comes and like they purposely cause like trouble, and then they smile about it after everything is done. Like that was him. Like that was the look on his face. He was kind of like he was happy, like he did his job. And like I said, me and Lil Bit, we ain't talk. Her older cousin, anywho, we ain't talked for a long time. Like that was really like the last time me and Lil Bit really hung out, just because after that situation, me personally, I kind of looked at Lil Bit as like a cousin to me, because you know we grew up together, you know we had good times and bad times, and I looked at her like family. But to me personally, I was just like, nah, like that ain't no family and that ain't no friend to me, because you sit there and you would participate in like basically jumping me. Nah, that wasn't cool. But like I said, nobody thought that I really had hands to fight. Like they thought that I was just gonna sit there, stay on the ground, let them beat on me and cry. No, because as soon as I was able to get free, I fought everybody one-on-one and nobody beat me up. So yeah, like, so it's like Oompa Loompa is like, what did you think you accomplished?
The most powerful and feared man in the music business. That track wet.